Hiboy approached us with their Max Pro, which is a beast. This is a long-range, do-anything commuter type scooter, and we not only wanted to see how these things handle, what the features are, we want to see how this might work with the sailing life, and also give you our spin on how it might work for other lifestyles as well.
Yeah, we've been around a lot of docks. We've seen a lot of people that use the e-scooters.
Yeah.
So there has to be something there, right?
Right. We have reviewed an e-bike, and there's going to be more of those to come as well. And these are kind of two sides of the same coin in a way, because a lot of sailors who are out here long-term, transportation to places that are beyond comfortable walking distance is kind of a problem. Living and traveling on a boat full-time, we obviously can't have a car. And so we've become very, very used to walking, and we like walking. And you can get to a lot of stuff that way, a lot of places. But there are a lot of anchorages, a lot of islands, a lot of locations where a lot of the things you need are beyond what anyone would consider an easy or comfortable walk. The convenience is simply not anywhere close to land life. And so we often entertain the idea of some other form of transportation to help get us to these places that are beyond that distance. Now, if you are like us and you live at Anchor, the question becomes, how easy is it to pack a scooter onto your dinghy, off the boat, to shore, onto the dinghy dock, and then get going? And is it worth that effort?
Right. And this one, it is big, but it's not humongous. It fits in the dinghy really well. We can fit the scooter, the child, both of us, and the dog without really a problem. I don't think it gets in the way at all.
The downside being, since this is one of the bigger models, a very long range, 46 miles is the claimed range, and there's obviously no way we were going to get close to that when we were testing it. We did put it through some hours of use, and it never came close to running it out. But that comes with weight. It's about 50 pounds. It's hefty when it comes to going down the stern of a boat and getting it into a dinghy.
And the dinghy's moving.
Right.
And you're trying to get it in without popping the dinghy or putting it on somebody.
It would be tough for you to do by yourself.
Yeah.
So anywhere that Lauren was going to take the scooter herself, we'd both go. I'd help her get the scooter out and then come back.
Yeah.
There are other sizes and shapes of these scooters. This, though, again, is the go anywhere beast of a scooter. It's 650 watts, which is a lot, which means it'll go up and down hills with ease. It accelerates very quickly. So if you need to go out and ride in traffic, you can get up to speed with traffic safely and fast. And it'll go a long way, 46 miles, which that I'm sure is in ideal conditions and flat and probably in eco mode. It does have 3 modes that you can drive it in, but that's a long way. I mean, you know.
This island's only like 10 miles long, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to know how long around? 35 miles around.
So you could theoretically ride the scooter all the way around the island of St. Martin.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, try that out.
There we go.
But the other thing that comes with a bigger do-it-all scooter like this is 11-inch tires, air inflate tires, which means a much nicer ride. Came with spare tubes and stems also, which we thought was a really nice touch. It's got front and rear suspension, and it really does show when you're on the scooter. It's a very, very nice ride. Going over speed bumps, the path that we take to get to the big supermarket here, where the really nice groceries are, has these massive speed bumps. And with a scooter like this, with this kind of suspension, I could just bop right over these things with no problem whatsoever, which would be tough on a smaller scooter for sure. It also means that you can take this thing off-road. It handles grass, sand, not a big deal. Dirt, obviously. This thing is highly water resistant. You can take this thing through puddles. You don't want to leave any of these electric vehicles out in the rain where the electronics can get saturated. But from a riding standpoint, This thing can take you through just about anything you need it to. Then you take it home, dry it off, take care of it. This thing I'm sure will do 22 miles per hour. We saw 20 easily, and I think probably in exact right conditions it'll do the 22 that it says, no problem whatsoever. That's fast. That's faster than you really need to be going in most cases, because if you're like us, there's always some traffic around, there's always rough roads and bumps. And again, that goes back to the needs of cruisers when it comes to going to groceries or places that are just a little too far from the anchorage to walk. It's not always nice roads. In fact, it's usually not. You've got potholes, dirt, gravel, pavement, big giant bumps where those change from one to the other. It can be very, very rough riding. So having a big scooter with pneumatic tires, 11 inches diameter, means that you can actually go ride those kind of roads in comfort and make it back in one piece. And I've done that a couple of times now just to get groceries with a big old backpack on my back. I overdid it the one time. I pushed it as far as I could, and I felt like my shoulders were going to fall off. But we found the sweet spot after that.
Yeah. All right, so the first thing we did, obviously, when we got it, was we picked it up from the company that shipped it here to St. Martin, which that's always an adventure. And it was packed really nicely. It was really compact. But we opened it up, and it was basically put together already. There wasn't
You had
project.
to attach the handlebar.
Yeah, and some
That was about it.
some lights.
Yeah, they're just adhesive and they kind of keep falling off. That's probably our fault. We just stuck them on there.
Did the same thing we did with our bike, where we put it together without looking at any of the instructions, and then
Well, I think that's a good measurement for people. We're like, well, this looks like this goes here, and I'd say this probably goes here.
yeah,
And
everything
our
was
determination is that works on this.
so far. Yeah, unless
We'll go back and make sure we didn't miss anything. So simple. Even a sailor could do it. Reflectors that have a little bit of a detent, so they must be sides and tubes, maybe.
I bet you it says that in the instructions.
It probably does. Spare tire valves, valve stems. Got a couple Allen wrenches here just for being able to take the wheels and hub off to replace the tires if necessary, or replace the tubes. Super simple. There's nothing real crazy. This is for lock it down, so it holds the handle down. Try not to ride it right into the water the first time.
That would be good. Those don't look straight.
Got some charge.
But other than that, it was like ready to go, and it was charged, and we took it around. So that was really nice.
Yeah, this one is big enough that if you're in the islands where you don't get looked at sideways for doing it, you can also ride a kid on it with you.
Yeah.
Rivers fits right in front of one of us easily because the footbed is so wide and long that it's very easy to fit 2 pairs of feet on there. He holds onto the stem and we can ride away. Now, we wouldn't do this in traffic or anything like that, but for just messing around near a marina or whatever, it's a fun thing to do. Tailor this to your location.
And your child.
Yeah. It really only takes one motion to fold it. I know this is pretty common with the scooters, and it is a huge benefit. You fold the handle down. This one has a very nice latch that grabs onto the handle so that when you're ready to carry it around, you can pick it up with one hand from the middle of the handle. It's nicely balanced, even though it's heavy, and you can walk around and carry it with one hand. Super, super simple, and a really, really nice kickstand, very, very sturdy, that is in the right position so this thing doesn't want to teeter over on you.
And it's foldable, so it's really compact. It's been really, really nice to be able to have it on the boat and out of the way.
Yeah, this thing, we were able to find a spot for it under our nav station where it kind of tucks away. As big as it is, it's almost 4 feet long. This one is pretty addictive. I don't know that I can go back from the big dog, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Super easy to ride. These all work very similarly. They have a throttle, pair of handbrakes, and with just a little bit of a kick that allows the throttle to engage. It will not engage from a standstill, which is a good safety thing. Just the tiniest bit of kick forward and you're rolling. It's really natural. The posture feels very comfortable, and riding it just kind of feels like an automatic reflex once you start going. It's very quick to get the hang of it. How was it for you being a shorter person? I'm 6'2", Lauren is 5'1". The handlebars are not adjustable on these electric scooters for almost any of them that I know of.
I mean, it's a little awkward, but it's always awkward, right? So, you got used to it. Ride it up here.
Yeah, it was.
But I can still see over. So.
Right. It didn't feel like it was hard to control with your hands in that position or anything like that.
No, I could still see all of the functions, and
right.
Yeah, no, it was fine.
And I think they probably need to build them toward the high side rather than toward the low side, because that could be.
Because you're tallest.
Yeah, they cater to the tallest of the family. In wrapping up, this is a really, really high quality scooter. It's in that sort of price range. It'll go anywhere you want it to go, very smoothly and comfortably for a long ways. That said, the trade-off is the weight. It takes some muscle to heft this thing around, and
some yoga and some.
Yeah, that's not a problem for those of you who are riding a scooter out of your garage,
right,
and into a place of work where you're just kind of parking it off to the side. But for the boating life, it's something to consider.
Right.
You might need to go with a smaller scooter. And again, if you're in a dock,
yeah, it'd be fine.
something like this is almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, I personally could be happy with a smaller one where I could be comfortable getting it on and off the boat.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe we need a family set of scooters.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying.
And that's all just a function of this is that kind of scooter. It's a big one, and it'll take you anywhere smoothly and comfortably, but it just comes with that trade-off, unless you buy one made purely of carbon. Don't know if they make those, but they would be really expensive.
Maybe.
This one's affordable by mere mortals, and this is the weight that comes with it.